Alright, so I got a referral from another shop stating that we have a no crank, no start situation, and when it do start, we have an intermittent loss of power while we're driving. So this customer has been dealing with this problem for a few months and not sure exactly what to do, right? So let's see if we could dive into it and diagnose for this customer.
6 hours later.
Alright, so this customer got in touch with me because somebody referred him to me, and he said that the vehicle for some time has been giving some problems where the vehicle is not starting, right? And he took it to, I believe, a technician, and they replaced the IPDM box, and now he's still having the same fault, right? And right now we're trying to start the vehicle and we get nothing at all. No matter what he tried to do, he said the vehicle doesn't start. So I believe he said he normally go on the starter and start it up from a wire or something like that. But he said the traction light is turned on and this oil pressure light comes on. All right, and once you clear it, the vehicle starts up and drives for a few days or hour or whatever, and then it starts doing the same thing again. I just put the maintainer on, so right now I'm going to try to do an auto scan and see if I can figure out exactly what direction I would like to attack. Right now it's not starting at all. No matter what I do, I'm turning the key right now. When you turn the key, you see the radio flashing and nothing on this side, right? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, if it's a voltage drop or what. I mean, the vehicle is not starting at all. So I'm gonna do a screen record so you can take a look at what I'm seeing. So we have some fault codes on this system. We got the problem, the airbag. We got some IPDM E problem, TCM, ABS, meter, ECU, BCM. Where's the transmission? I'm not seeing the TCU or the TCM. I wonder why. This is not a 4-wheel, it's not. So we don't have that. But why am I not seeing the transmission module at all? So I'm not communicating with the transmission module. That could explain why I'm seeing the VSS light on. Well, he mentioned that the VSS light is on. So I lost communication with the TCM. We got a CAN communication circuit. So I'm not seeing the TCM on this list. I have the VSS light coming on. And he said that the vehicle tends to go into like a limp mode where he can't go past 40 kilometers per hour. Right, BCM has a U code. IPM box has a U code as well. And chassis com has a problem. I will not speak into the transmission at all. Alright, so we have some sort of direction. So let's go on the hood and let's do an inspection and see what's going on. So I just put on the maintainer to ensure that we have the proper voltage while we're doing this diagnosing. This is TCM, is located between the battery and the airbox. We also got the ECM, which is under this ducting right here. It's fairly easy to get to. I just gotta remove these clips. And to the right, we got the IPM box. That's where all the fuse and the relays are. So with the help of wiring diagram, we can take a look and see exactly what module is on this network. Okay, so this vehicle uses only high-speed CAN. It doesn't have a low-speed CAN network. It also have a 3-way gateway setup, right? So we gotta check on the DLC to ensure that we have the terminating resistor. I believe we got one located in the IPM box and the next one is located in the ECM. So once we gain, like, let's say 60 to 62 ohms, I believe that our terminating resistor is intact, right? So let's do some checks at the DLC. So off of pin 16 and ground, I'm expecting to see battery voltage, which I am. That's basically the maintainer value, which is 13.8. So let's go into pin 6 and pin 14. I'm expecting to see anything between 60 to, let's say, 62 ohms, right? So once I'm seeing that, that's letting me know that everything is good as right now. Hold on, let's see if I can fix this. Yeah, 62 ohms, which is good, right? Give or take, I mean 60 ohms, but some manufacturer, they tend to use different things. All right, so that's letting me know that my terminating resistor is intact, right? If I saw something differently, like a 120, that's letting me know that my module is down, right? One of the modules that had the terminating resistor is down. If I see 0, same thing, right? Probably short to ground or something like that. But right now we're getting 62 ohms, so that's letting me know that my ECM and my IPM box, right, the terminal resistors are intact, so we don't have no open or anything like that to worry about. So next we gotta do is we gotta do a ground test, right, ensure that nothing is pulling down the network to ground. And I'm just gonna continue this, do my testing right here before I move on and go in front and do some more checks. So with this single channel scope, I'm just gonna take a look at can high and can low, right, individually, where I'm gonna check on pin 6 and check can high, where I'm expecting to see at least anything 3.3 to 3.5 volts, and on can low, which is pin 14, I'm gonna see anything between 1.5 to 1.7 volts. You must add up can high and can low, right, to get 5 volts, and what I'm seeing right here is not good, right? So that's letting me know we do have a fault on the network. But as I said, it's a single channel scope, so I'm not able to see the both of them at the same time. But from experience, I'm seeing that we do have a fault on the network, especially on the can low. So I took apart the IPM box and the TCM connectors so I could gain access to the can network. From what I'm seeing here in the wiring diagram, right, the IPM box have a few can network wires coming out of it, or going into it as well, right? It's broken up into two sections where the IPM box talk directly to the TCM, and then you have another line that goes to the ECM, the ABS, and the BCM, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to piggyback off the TCM while I'm watching the IPM box and see if I can figure out exactly why this vehicle is shutting down, right? So on these pins right here from the TCM, this is can low and can high. I can gain access to see what's going on and also do my checks from power and ground, right? The TCM is still offline. I'm not getting no communication at all, right? So we're gonna definitely it seemed like it's intermittent, because when I move the box, I'm getting to read the TCM. You see, I'm able to read the BCM and the ECM, and the vehicle, let's see, the vehicle sounds like it want to start. We could be dealing with a harness issue here, and not really a module problem, because clearly you're seeing that the TCM is being scanned right now. In previous, I wasn't getting nothing at all, and the check engine light is still on. The BCM, it can't be the BCM or ECM. It seems like whatever it is definitely coming from the IPM box and going to the TCM, because all I did was just raise the IPM box up and I was able to scan for code. So let's rescan this vehicle again and see if I do read the TCM. If I'm able to read the TCM again, that's letting me know we definitely have a harness problem. I'm not gonna go after the module. The power and grounds are there, right? Let me just do a screen record so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. But yeah, it seems like we definitely have a harness issue. The customer did mention that they got hit on that side, as I said earlier. And let's see, hold on, wait, I gotta let this scan tool do this thing. I'm expecting to see some U codes again. All the modules complaining. Let's see, trouble codes. What is this now? Yep, lost calm. Okay, so let's go up in front and see by the IPM box why we have the intermittent crank no start and loss of power problem, right? I believe whatever it is probably a possible harness issue, not a module issue. Right, so every time I shake this network wire, which is this blue and pink, I'm getting the vehicle to start up every time. So we definitely have a harness issue, right? I believe that this wires was connected to the TCM and causing it to not start up. So let's go and see if we can start the vehicle up. So I just got the scope on the TCM CAN network line, and every time I have some sort of vibration or shake that harness, you see the CAN low is basically dropping out, which is a red waveform, and it's pulling down the CAN high every time. See, every time I touch it, you hear the change in the engine as well too. So I believe this is the fault right here, right? We have a break in this pink wire that's causing this vehicle to act up. I mean, it explains it. Customer said that they replaced the IPDM box. It worked for a while and then it started to act up again. But also too, the box where the IPDM box supposed to be locking into, it has actually needs to be replaced as well. It's cracked up, so it's not actually holding the IPDM box. So with vibration, see, there you have it. You actually have it surging and it's taking out the TCM and the BCM as well. Yeah, I believe we found the problem. Every time I touch this harness, right here. Yeah, so this definitely explains. So this IPDM box basically have to be flipped over and secured in the box. And then you also have a next cover on it. And you got the air box that's leaning on it. So, you know, every time the customer probably hit a speed bump or, I mean, probably mess with it, you know, it throws the signal off to the TCM and knocks it out. And it's actually pulling down the whole network as well. Because every time I touch it, you need to change the engine. Right? It's pulling on the complete CAN network and causing the ECM and the BCM to act up. So it's not even recognizing the key. You're not getting to select a gear. Right, guys, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm going to switch the vehicle off. And with that, now let's start it back up. It starts right up. Okay, so let's switch it off again. I'm going to go by the harness, by the IPDM box. I'm going to just shake it. I can tell using the scope when it's going to act up. All right, so it's not going to start right now. And we're going to try to start this vehicle up again. They see nothing. It's not even started. So we definitely have a fault on the CAN network that's going to the IPDM box. So let's see if we could trace it by strapping off everything, you know, and look for any kind of brakes along this harness. I believe it is in the harness somewhere where they got in the accident. Probably a pinch wire. But let's take this apart and let's do some tracing and we can figure out exactly what's going on and where the problem is happening. Right, so this is the high CAN low wire that's going to the IPDM box. This one, I'm just looking for any kind of like kinks and pinch. Right, not seeing anything at all. Alright folks, I believe we found the problem. The problem is in the jack itself. Right, and these pins are really small. So what I'm gonna do is I gotta replace this jack that's going to the IPDM box. This blue and pink wire is what goes to the TCM, and for some reason we have like a problem right here on this pink wire. The jack is intact. I'm going to just replace the entire jack. I'm not going to cut the wire. I'm just going to piggyback on it with this one right here. Although it's a different color, the blue and green is still the same thing. CAN high, CAN low. Right, so I just got it off the scrapyard and everything is good. Look, I'm shaking the harness real good and everything is still running. It's not cutting out. You're not hearing the engine surging. And I'm going to call this a fix. Definitely will. Right, let me get my scope and let me show you exactly what I was referring to. Okay, so I'm back probe on the TCM CAN low wire. Okay, is the pink wire, right? But I mean, I changed the jack out, so you're gonna see blue and green, but we still, you know, hooked up to the pink wire. And right now my signal is staying very strong. I'm not seeing no dropouts, anything like that while I'm wiggling this harness. So I definitely believe that what we did fixed this vehicle. So let's neaten up everything in front here. Let's go in the vehicle and let's start the vehicle up after I clear all the codes and take it for a test run. So I'm just going to set you up so you can see exactly what I'm seeing. Right, well, let's see, let's set it up. Okay, let's come out. Okay, let's go back in. I'm going to go in my favorites and let's look for Nissan. And let's see, where's Nissan? I'm supposed to have Nissan. Where is Nissan? Where did I pass it? Sorry, it's been a long day. Oh, Nissan. First day. Right, so let me do a scan again and clear all 4 codes. Let's switch it off. If you can recall, we did have a fault on the CAN network that was, you know, messing with this vehicle and causing it to act up. So as I said, let's do Latin America. This is an Xtrail T32. This is a 2017 15 model. All right, press OK. So we're going to do a full auto scan, and let's see what shows up on the scan tool. If you can recall, we had lost fault code with the TCM. It was like coming and going because the fault was coming to this IPDM box on the CAN low, which is this second pin. So we made some modifications, and let's hope that's it. Okay, so yeah, there you have it. We have the TCM pops right up. We have 5 fault codes on the TCM, so we're able to read it. But again, I want to clear the fault codes, and I want to have my boy, shake the harness, and see if it stays or if it leaves. All right, so we're gonna go on TCM. Let's see what fault codes. If you can recall, it said that it lost the communication with the BCM and the ECM and new codes, right? So it's still there. And let's come out and let's go right back out to the front, and let's do a full erase. Okay, so let's erase everything off the system. Let's start the vehicle up and see what's going on. Okay, start it right up. We don't have any fault codes, only the warning because the door is open. But let's go up in front and let's shake it and let's see if anything happens. Alright, so this is the repair that my boy Nick did. We left the original harness still intact. We just basically, he did a real good job. Right, so the fault was on the pin, the blue and the blue and the pink, but right now we got this harness that have the green and the blue, so we just made it, modify it to work. Right, so right now we're shaking the harness, nothing. We gotta put this back together, and we also gotta put this back together. Right, so I believe this fixed this vehicle. Right, I'm not seeing any faults on the system. All right, we don't have anything at all. Let's come out of here. Let's go back in, and yeah, that's it. Right, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, I mean, what I'm going to tell you, but leave a comment down in the box. Right, hit that bell notification, for more content by your boy. Other than that, peace.